Welcome, Realm family, to another episode of Wrestling with the Realm podcast. I'm Brian, one half of the Power and Glory of Wrestling podcast. And on the other side, he is the Hercules to my Paul Roma. He's my guy, Will. Will, what are we talking about?
Well, first I have some things I need to admit. First of all, Realm family, I am a liar. Straight up, I am a liar. Last time I got on here, I told you guys, hey, lots of content to come over Christmas break. Christmas break was not for content, let me tell you that. Um, but we're back.
We
We're
were
back.
talking. We're like, we got 2 weeks off,
Do
man. We're
we
gonna be doing this. We're gonna have a
listen?
topics video. We're gonna Survivor Series
Retro
1990.
rewatch.
Yeah, and then as it
Nothing.
went on, we were like, no, this is too good.
But if you guys are wondering, me and Brian, we enjoyed our time off
Yeah, we
and
did.
we are ready to talk some wrestling. We have missed a lot of stuff since the John Cena retirement tour ended. We have new champions. I feel like we had new champions that lost their title too within the time we haven't been recording.
Yes.
So we have a lot to catch up on. So me and Brian thought it was a wonderful idea to do a wheel today.
Oh, they're
A
so much
wheel of
fun.
topics. We're putting two of our favorite things, our topics videos and our wheels videos, and we're putting it all together. On the wheel is just some wrestlers, some tag teams, and it will help us kind of just touch on everything that has happened in the WWE over the last 2 weeks. And a lot has happened with the two New Year's shows
Hmm.
and the Raw on Netflix, Stranger Things. Uh, Sorry, guys, I'm laughing because Brian about Stranger Things. There's no
Yeah.
ninth episode, guys. I'm sorry about that. I don't watch it personally, but it's been all over my TikTok, so I know. I'm sorry, Brian.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm feeling it.
Yeah. So I mean, let's get right into it with our first wheel spin. We have
Spin
drum
that wheel, Will. Come on.
roll. We have okay. I love this. We're getting started with Maxine Dupri.
Oh, this is good. Hey, so everybody knows Will literally sent me everybody that's going to be on the wheel, and he's like, "Hey, I emailed you the wheel. Let me know if there's any other names you want to put on there." I didn't see it because I was about Stranger Things,
That's all.
and was lamenting and monologuing to my wife, and we were commiserating together. Very so sad. Um, so the beauty is, I don't know who's on this wheel, so I'm super excited because I got names on there I want to talk about. Like, I hope Becky Lynch is on that wheel. So I'm kind of happy that Maxine Dupri is on this. So this is great. I love this. This is good.
Yeah, I think the only thing to talk about with Maxine from the time that we recorded last is I believe we touched on her winning the IC championship,
Yep.
and now she's already lost it to back to Becky Lynch, which I think is just setting up a AJ Lee Becky Lynch WrestleMania program. And for some reason they feel as that feud needs the belt. But for
Hmm.
Maxine, I just think unfortunately back to mediocrity. I don't think she has another opportunity to win this back from Becky Lynch. Because like I said, they're going straight into this program with AJ Lee. I don't know, Brian. I listen, this is their worst match they had. They put on the Raw on Netflix. I didn't enjoy the match, and I didn't really enjoy the outcome. I don't think that Becky Lynch necessarily needs the title going into WrestleMania season, and I was really enjoying Maxine Dupri's run and the feud with Becky Lynch. And I understand you can't have her beat Becky 4 times. That would be crazy for the startup Maxine Dupri to beat the Hall of Famer, the greatest of all time. It's not just her saying it.
No. Sports
Everybody's
Illustrated
saying
is saying it too.
I know everyone's saying it. Me and you are saying it, the
We're
greatest
saying.
of all time.
I literally just said it earlier today.
Yeah, I know, the greatest.
Hmm.
So she can't lose. So it makes sense for Becky to win the title back. But for Maxine Dupri, I just think it spells back into Akira Tozawa, Otis, walking them out to ringside for the two matches they have every year. Sorry, no dig to Otis and Tozawa,
We
but
love
really,
Otis Santozawa.
I think, and I don't think the other thing I wanted to touch on was I thought it was really weird that they rolled out Ivy Nile in a pre-match backstage vignette with her talking to Pierce about she wants the winner. There's zero chance they run Becky Lynch versus Ivy Nile. Zero.
Not happening
So
now.
do we just see Ivy Nile versus Maxine Dupri? Because to me, they're not going to give that TV time. Brian, do you have any thoughts on Maxine and her losing the title? And was it too early? I guess is the question I have for you. Was it too
I
early to end it?
I like that they did it. I like that Becky won. It's so weird because I've come a long way on Becky Lynch. Anybody who's been with us from the beginning, you can see the evolution that I've had of coming around on Becky Lynch. And I think it's just because this particular gimmick she's playing it so well on all levels. She uses social media. She knows how to get heat in the ring playing this character and it works. She's a really great heel and I'm really enjoying it. She makes me laugh every time. Like how Naomi would just make me laugh, how I was like, "Oh my God, I love Naomi now." Like as soon as she turned heel because she just makes me laugh. It's so funny. And Becky Lynch does that too. Um I agree with you that I don't necessarily think that you need a championship for her and AJ Lee. It spices it up a little bit. I think it keeps um, the legitimacy on that women's IC championship by doing this. And for Maxine Dupri, I think it's going to be her and Natalia, I think is what they're building to, is that the breakup of those two and the student is going to become the master. They kind of tease it in those vignettes that they were doing. Um, so I think that's probably where they're going because you don't need a championship for that. And
No,
if
not at
anything,
all.
and I can't believe these words are going to come out of my mouth, that actually will be a storyline that you could actually say has been a very long-term story that they've been telling with those two because they
Yeah.
have. So kudos to that a D/E level storyline superstar. That's mean. I'm sorry, Maxine Dupree. I'm upset about Stranger Things. So she,
See, she gets to
you
see.
know, she has come a long way. I'm proud of her for putting in work, and you could tell um, that she has put in work. And
Yeah.
I'll always give credit to anybody who is noticeably putting in the work to try to get better at their craft. Like I can't crap on that.
No.
And she's clearly put in time and effort, and she had a really steep hill to climb because of where her character and her gimmick started. That's a hard place to dig out of to be
For
taken
real.
more seriously. Um, so kudos to Maxine Dupri. She's put in a lot of work, and I feel like her IC championship run was a nice thing. I think that it worked. I think they told that story really well. Um, and it actually makes her more interesting with Natalia, and the belt isn't going to hurt with AJ Lee because you're keeping it relevant on a headlining superstar. So I think they actually did okay with this. I'm giving it an okay.
Damn, Brian, you talked me into it. You really sold me on everything right there.
Oh, if only
No,
the
that was
Duffer brothers were here so I could talk them into have.
yeah,
Jeez.
you're in a promotional mood. You
Woo!
could sell anybody on anything right now,
Oh
man.
boy.
Yeah. All right. I already have our next spin locked and loaded, and it's gonna be a relatively quick topic as this guy just came back on
Okay.
SmackDown. But Sami Zayn, and I guess my only question for you, Brian, about Sami Zayn is he came out and he cut a pretty good promo about his son asking him why he hasn't won any world
Hmm.
championship gold. Trick Williams comes out, who we'll hopefully get to talk about Trick a
I
little
hope so.
later.
I hope so.
Brian, does Sami Zayn get a world championship in 2026?
No, but he'll sniff around and be involved. But I don't think that he wins a world championship. I think if anything, maybe we see him in that US championship category again, which I hate saying because I really do like
Yeah.
Sammy. He's somebody else I've come around on. Um, but I don't think yet. I don't think there's a program that you could put him in that would make sense. Um, but that's a lot of moving pieces on the chessboard for the rest of the year. You know, we have a Jacob Fatu that hopefully we're going to get back. You have LA Knight when we get him back. Who knows what's going to go on with that? And, you know, I know it's different brands, but does that even matter anymore? I don't know. But for the short answer, no, I don't think Sammy wins a world championship. I think he sniffs around it, but he's not actually going to win one.
Yeah, I think the 2026 highlight for Sami Zayn will probably be him being the Iron Man at the Royal Rumble. I think that's a prediction I have for him
I like that.
because it's in Saudi Arabia. The crowd is
Yes.
crazy for him there.
Yep.
And I just don't think he gets over the hump. I know earlier I said that he was going to potentially win it and go on and face Seth Rollins. Obviously, plans have changed. I would have guessed that maybe that still could have happened, but now if you ask me who's going to win the Rumble, I would say Roman Reigns. And
Hmm.
I just don't think it's in the cards for Sammy, which sucks because at the beginning of every year, I ask myself, is this the year Sammy does it? And it's not in the cards, man. Like you said, it's too much of a log jam up in the main
Yeah.
event. So I hope I'm wrong. Like you said, I love Sami Zayn. You love Sami Zayn. And hopefully it's something we can talk about him being a world champion this year. But I don't know. It's gonna be a steep hill to climb for Sami Zayn to get to the mountaintop.
It's interesting because I could see a world where, and it wouldn't be now because I think Braun Breaker for Royal Rumble. I feel like after him losing to CM Punk clean, um, he's going to have to find a traditional way to get into that title shot. So it's going to be Elimination Chamber, Royal Rumble, Money in the Bank in order for him to get into that main event. So I think he might win the Royal Rumble, but I go in some other universe or near future, you could see a world where Braun Breaker is world champion and Sammy eventually in that equation is it's David versus Goliath at a certain point. And I think
Yeah.
when Sammy, if and when he can win a world championship, you're gonna have to play it as a David versus Goliath situation because Sammy can sell that. Um, and Braun Breaker makes a lot of sense for somebody like that, but we're not there yet, and I don't think we're going to get there. So sorry, Sammy.
Yeah, I already have our next one locked and loaded. This one, man, I was hoping we got there. It's not the one you want to talk about,
Oh,
but it still needs to be talked about, and it had to land on one of two guys. I'm so glad we're going to talk about the main event scene over on SmackDown. We landed on Drew McIntyre,
oh, good.
and oh my gosh. You want to say it about Sami Zayn? Say it about Drew McIntyre. I don't know if he will ever hold the world title, and I am about it because and you know me, Cody
Yeah.
Crybaby. That's
Yep.
me.
Yep.
Cody is not interesting. To make him interesting, you have to continue to flip flop the belt on him and off of him.
Yep.
And the fact that we're going into our what WrestlePalooza, they had him one other match. I'm blanking on the pay-per-view for some reason, but they had another match,
Yeah.
and this is the third one. We're going three stages of hell. By the way,
It's three stages of
for
heck. Let's
Yeah.
be
My,
honest.
yeah. Like this is not we have first of all, the first match is a normal match.
The stage one of heck is plain old match, just
Yeah,
regular match.
normal. The second one, we don't even get an Extreme Rules match. We get Falls Count Anywhere. Are you kidding
Well,
me?
they could be outside the ring now. That's kind of scary. That's still very hecky.
And you're telling me three stages of hell? We don't get Hell in a Cell. We get its crappy little brother. We get Steel Cage. Come on
No,
now.
get heck in a cell. That this is literally the three stages of heck: a regular match, a falls count anywhere, and a heck in a cell.
And all for what?
Great.
D- all for Drew McIntyre to lose. If
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre wins on Friday, I will get on here and attempt a backflip.
Oh God, now I need him to win.
So I will
I've
get
never
on the
pulled
next
for Drew
podcast.
McIntyre so
I
much.
listen, I am a incredibly unathletic individual. I am that confident of Cody Rhodes walking out
That
of
seems so
Germany
right though.
with the belt. It's happening. Like I can't fathom to believe that anyone would take the
Oh
belt off of
God.
Cody before Mania. And this is part of the problem with what's going on in the main event scene. Part of me believed Braun Breaker deserved to win against CM Punk, and I wanted to see it.
Yeah.
Part of me wanted KO to beat Cody. Part of me wants Drew to beat Cody. I wanted to see Braun Breaker win,
Hmm.
but they only do title swaps at SummerSlam or WrestleMania. You're not getting a title swap outside of that. So how am I supposed to believe that anything is cool that's going to happen on a normal televised event? I and it doesn't make the average viewer want to watch it. And this isn't just any match. This also goes to like normal main events on Raw. Like next week, the main
Hmm.
event, AJ Styles versus Gunther. I want to be hyped for that match. I think it's the start of hopefully a really good feud between those two. And I know Gunther's going to win, or it's
Right.
going to end in disqualification. There's zero chance AJ Styles beats Gunther. But why? Why can't he do it? It just bothers me so much. Wrestling, especially at the main event level, has become predictable and way too predictable,
Yeah.
especially on the men's side. At least on the women's side, you have some level of it's predictable, but you know, you're mixing up Rhea and Io have the titles. The Kabuki Warriors had the title. And it gives you some level of like, the belts are flip-flopping a little bit. And by the way, we're talking about the women's tag division being the main event scene.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I never
Yep.
thought we'd be talking about that. So at least we're taking some steps in the right direction. But Brian, what's your thoughts on Drew McIntyre and just the main event scene over on SmackDown?
It's been a problem that unfortunately they've had since Cody's gotten the championship back. I mean, and I can even go before he lost it to John Cena. Um, Cody does better when he's chasing. Cody does better if you have a formidable opponent that's able to help sell the story. And it's not that Drew can't do that. I feel like those two just don't tell a compelling story together. And it's neither one of their faults. It's just they don't, for some reason, I don't feel the chemistry between them like you would with like Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels, where you go, boy, when they were in the ring though, you could just they could work together. You know, everybody has those pairings, and for some reason, I feel like Drew and Cody just aren't one of them, which is weird to say because the best feud, I say it all the time, the best feud that Cody has had since he beat Roman has been the Kevin Owens feud. That's been the best feud that he's had. And that's because him and Kevin Owens had some of that magic together because Kevin Owens is so good at playing really any gimmick or character you want to give him. He's very, very good at it, and he was really good at playing the unhinged former friend who feels like he's been betrayed by Cody. Like he did such a good job with that that it worked. That sometimes with Cody, you have to have that person opposite him, and for whatever reason, I don't think they've been able to find it. Um, John Cena did the best that he could to try to sell that the idea, and he got something out of it. Uh, but again, it's not Drew McIntyre's fault. Um, I think they need to take the belt off of Cody. If they were smart, they would have Drew McIntyre win and have him go over, and then we can move on from there because now you've just shaken that etch a sketch, got the belt off of Cody. Now he has to work his way back through to get it, and you can tell a story there. And you could do something with Drew then. Now Drew has something else to do. But if you keep it on Cody, it's just the same. It's not boring. I don't want to say that Cody's boring because he's not, but it's very, very difficult to play that true blue babyface that he plays and that John Cena plays. It's hard to do, and it's hard to keep momentum with that. And I don't know. Is Cody on the wheel? I don't know if is
Co-
Cody. He's not.
Cody is on the wheel. He's
Oh,
on
he
the
is.
wheel.
Oh,
But
okay. Well, then I'm not going to spill anything more. Let's see if we can get Cody to come up.
yeah, I do want to say one last note on Drew McIntyre.
Mhm.
His last two promos on SmackDown have been awesome.
Yeah, they
When
were good.
when he burned the picture
That
of
cracked me up
Cody and
though. That was
Dusty,
funny.
that was that was messed up, man.
Yeah,
That
it
was
was really funny.
crazy. So one positive always about Drew McIntyre, actually two. His in-ring work is always at a high, and his mic work is always high. So shout out Drew McIntyre. He's always doing his thing. I just want to see him with a belt soon.
It
All right.
it it would help him to win and put the belt on him and see what you can do. I don't want it to sound like I'm crapping on Drew McIntyre. I'm not.
Mm-mm.
It's just I
No,
hope people understand what I'm saying, that it's just sometimes you go, those styles just don't work. It's like Braun
no.
Breaker and Penta. We've never put those two together and gotten anything really great. They just don't mesh well. So, yeah. Sorry, Drew. It's no disrespect.
Oh, Brian. Our next
What
wheel
do we got?
spin, the Usos.
Oh, this will be fun.
Yeah, the Usos knocked off AJ Styles and Dragon Lee to become tag champs once again. I think the most interesting and compelling part about this is that we all kind of thought Jay was going to turn heel on Jimmy.
Hmm.
And I think they pivoted off of that. I think there is money to be made with Jay Uso being a heel, but
Yeah.
damn, it doesn't make as much money as that Yeet merch does. So they're gonna
Yep.
ride that until they can't anymore. So I think that might be the decision they're going with, unless obviously they're just trying to build a more compelling story for when they lose the titles, and that's Jay's breaking point. So it's one of
Yeah.
those two things, and it could honestly be a mixture of both. I'm actually more of a fan of both of these guys in a tag team. Their matches have actually been good. I was a fan of their match versus AJ Styles and Dragon Lee, which, by the way, AJ Styles and Dragon Lee in a wrestling match together, like it's hard not to be a fan of that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, they need a big kudos, by the way, for
oh yeah,
taking those championships and doing something with them for the last, couple of months or whatever it's been.
yeah, they elevated those titles very similar to how
Yeah.
the Street Profits did with the SmackDown tag
Yep.
belts. And now those belts are actually being used correctly on that show. I mean, before AJ Styles and Dragon Lee got those belts, like that War
And
Raiders,
Judgment Day. Yeah.
Judgment Day, and they'd hold the belts and not
Yeah.
defend them. You have a healthy division now.
Yep.
So that's a big positive that those two were able to do. You get the belt back on the Usos. Brian, what do you think about the Usos win the tag belts?
I was down with it. Like, I
Yeah,
would much rather see the Usos together as a tag team than to see them in singles, and not necessarily Big Jim, because I think he was doing pretty good work. Um, that
choppy.
last little bit there with him and Jay when they were both kind of doing singles, and Jimmy was there to be the helping hand, and like Jimmy was doing good work with what he had. Uh, the Jay experiment, we tried it and it wasn't working. So go back to what works. Like you said, you sell a lot of Yeet merchandise, and people like that entrance. Put the Usos back out there. You help the tag division. It was a smart move. I think that was probably the best thing that they could have done, and it made the most sense. Because now, yeah, now you can start getting something going in the tag divisions, which I feel like has been kind of a positive out of everything. I feel like they've done a pretty good job with the men and women in the tag divisions, which is odd. It's so cyclical how things go around where
Yeah,
we're talking about the tag division.
yeah, I know. Our next wheel spin keeps us in the tag division,
All right.
actually. And actually for the wrong reasons.
Oh,
We got DIY.
oh,
Tommaso Ciampa
yeah.
has reportedly not re-signed with the WWE, which I kind of find shocking as he was a huge Triple H guy
That's
in
interesting.
NXT Black and Gold. And I love Ciampa.
Yeah.
My brother Henry was a huge Ciampa guy when he was walking around. He called the NXT Championship Goldie, and it was his prized possession. And I'm a
Look at him,
big
Hank up in there walking around. He's got his big old golden black championship walking around up in there. Talking about little Yoko, where you at, boy? I come over here and I'm gonna champa because I love that. I love that champa. Where's Gargano at? Where's he at? Where's Kenneth LeRae? Walking around with them two up in there. Pumpkinhead over here. Spilling the beans about his brother Hank. Sorry. I just had a vision
but
of Hank in my head and it made me laugh.
yeah, so it's all right. It
I
made me laugh too. So my big question for you is Gargano done for too now? Is there any vision for him in the SmackDown US title picture? Because he did fight champion Carmelo Hayes, which hopefully we'll have a chance to talk about. Is there even a chance he can stay relevant on the SmackDown US title division? Is there a chance for him in the upper mid card, lower main event scene? What's your thoughts, Brian?
I think he's going to be just fine. Uh, Part of that, it's interesting if that's true that Champ is not coming back. That makes some things make sense that you and I were talking about at work today that I hope we get a chance to talk about. Um, so I was talking about, they have Candice LeRae working with Johnny Gargano now. Um, they're married in real life, folks. So now they have those two. She's been working with them. So now that kind of makes sense why they did that when they did, if they knew that Champa wasn't coming back. It kind of makes sense now that you have Candice LeRae and Johnny Gargano together as a package because I think you can do something with that. I think he'll be just fine in that U.S. Championship mid card. Um, I don't. I don't know how great he is on the mic, but I think that's why you put him with Candice LeRae because she can stir. Uh,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I go, he's fantastic in the ring. He's got a good look. Uh, he's got that Shawn Michaels thing going post Rockers. That's what that makes me
Yes.
think of because he has that style and he's, very athletic. Maybe not the promo chops, but I think he's going to be just fine, though. I think that they'll find something for those two to do, and it'll be entertaining. Listen, I wasn't a Candice LeRae fan. I think she's been better since they've moved her with those guys. I think that it's worked a lot better than it was before. So, yeah, I'm good with it.
All right, Brian, we're moving back to the men's main
Oh,
event scene on Raw.
oh boy, we're hitting all the big ones.
We are. And we have Gunther So I have a few things I want to talk about with Gunther. First of all, the character he's playing right now is so good.
It is. I
It
love it
is
so much.
so money.
Mhm.
The eye tapped out like a little bit shirt is money. As much as it pains me to see that as a John Cena fanboy, that's money. I think he's en route to retire AJ Styles here.
Yep.
I don't know if that's a Mania match, and I hope it's not. I love AJ Styles. And losing AJ Styles and John Cena within what, less than 5 months of each other would
Hmm.
suck.
Yep.
But Gunther on this legend killer type of run, Goldberg, John Cena, AJ Styles, potentially Y2J as well,
Read my mind.
because hopefully he's coming back. I thought we were
And
going to
then
get it on Raw,
yeah.
but didn't
And then what's the fifth one? He's got one more little piggy that he'll retire too. He's gonna have a big year.
I'm blanking. Why am I
Uh
blanking? Help me here.
Shockmaster 2000, Brock Lesnar.
Oh yeah,
Shock
Brock Lesnar.
Lesnar.
Chocolate.
That shouldn't say that.
Chocolate. Yeah, Shaq Lesnar. Him ripping his damn pants and
Oh,
falling all the time, dude. Shaq Lesnar, dude.
yep,
Yeah, he's gonna have a huge year because he
yep.
is. I heard the rumor is Brock's last match is SummerSlam in Minneapolis. So it does make sense that Gunther will retire him as well.
He's gonna have a big year, man.
He is. And that's why my question I have with Gunther for you is, do you think Gunther loses a single match in 2026?
No, I don't. I
Yeah,
don't.
I don't think so either. I
I
think
think
he
they're
loses it.
correcting the Jey Uso thing. Like they wish they could go back in time and take that loss away.
Yes.
They hit the reset button and they're like, yeah, he's going on a run now, and we're not messing around this time.
No.
And he's added another layer to his villainy and dickbaggery that he does, that now he's not just added the I'm a very stuffy Austrian uh professional wrestler, not sports entertainment. He takes that, but now he's added a layer of he's a wise ass and he knows
Yeah.
what's funny. In the way that he laughs, he's like, ah, ah, ah. He does, hey, you watch it.
He's hitting him with the
It's the
UK.
smile that he does that really sells it, that he's taken the character to a new level now, because now he's not to the Dom Mysterio level yet, but he's starting to get to that level where now we're in on the joke and we're loving to hate him and we want him to keep doing more because it's funny. And you're always
Yeah.
going to get to us more with humor than anything else. And it makes him so much more of a dickhead. The way that he just the smile he does just it cracks me up every time because it's so funny to him. I love it. Love it.
Yeah. I'm big on Gunther. He's due for a big 2026. And I'm definitely excited for this legend killer. That's what they called Randy Orton when
Yep.
he was coming up the pipeline, and it's just the perfect character for Gunther to portray, and he is killing it. He might be my favorite part of Monday Night Raw right now, especially with like Dom on the table right now, and he's
Yep.
injured. By the way, kind of deadbeat dad type of to injure your own son.
Yes.
Come on now,
Oh.
Ray. Come on now, Ray. You're not beating those deadbeat allegations doing all that.
Hey, let me ask you this question about Gunther. Is there a point in 2026 where you could see Gunther turn face?
No, because I think there's too many people for him to either retire or beat. But I do think with him having this goofier, more comical side to his character, there's a chance of it in the future. I also think there's a chance he's one of those forever heel guys as
Yeah.
well. Just one of those guys that never turns face.
I mean, he could be I could see a world where it's him and Brock Lesnar and he's still a heel, but people still may be doing a little cheering for him if he
Oh,
wins that match. You
absolutely.
know, where I
Yeah.
could see you put him at Brock Lesnar and they're both quote unquote heels. Well, it's like Freddie versus Jason. The director wants us to side more with Jason. You know what I mean? He's a
Yeah.
bad guy, but we're technically rooting for him in the fight.
Yeah, I agree. All right, Brian. I know you'll be excited to talk about this one because not only do we get to stay in the same main event scene on Monday Night Raw, we also get to talk a little Shockmaster moment of the night
Oh,
from our last episode of Monday Night Raw. We are talking about CM Punk. And I want to say this, even though we did have Braun Breaker have a Shockmaster moment of the night,
hmm
this match was fire.
hmm
And you want to know what? I've always kind of been in the middle on Punk. His mic work, amazing. His in-ring work is kind of where I start to, you know, waver a little bit on him. But man, the old man still got it.
hmm
He really does. This was an awesome match. It was his best match since his match with Gunther at SummerSlam, in my opinion. And him and Breaker work extremely well together, which
Yes.
I didn't think was going to be the case. Breaker's like fast pace just works with Punk because Punk is able to slow it down
hmm
and to kind of vice. And the tempo of the match just worked really well for me. And I think that's because Breaker's matches usually are quicker than this.
Right.
I couldn't tell you how long this match was, but if you told me above 25 minutes, I would believe you with all the shenanigans and stuff like
Yep.
that. And to see a Braun Breaker match start with like some chain grappling was something you don't usually see, and I kind of enjoyed. I think the big spot to talk about in this match was Breaker flying off the top rope to the outside. I don't even know what he did. Punk was kind of just sitting up like I am right
Yep.
now, and he just came in with like a flying clothesline. I don't think you could have done that move any better. Like Punk was positioned perfectly. Breaker landed in the perfect spot on the table. This was a great match. Brian, you got anything else you want to talk about with CM Punk?
Yeah, it was a good match. We like to kid with the Shockmaster moments.
Yeah.
And this is a good little example of just because there could be a Shockmaster moment, it doesn't mean that it was a bad match or an indictment on anybody. I feel like sometimes I hope people don't think that it's mean-spirited. No, sometimes mistakes happen. They're funny. So let's all have a good laugh about it because in that same match, Braun Breaker flew across to the announce table in amazing fashion. So I'm willing to forgive the Shockmaster moment. It's not unlike seasons 1 through 4 of Stranger Things where I overlook certain things because I go, it's a trope of the 80s of what they're showing us, and everything is so tight and they do such a good job. But then, every once in a while they have a season 5 and then they don't do any of those things. And then you go, well, I can't give you excuses anymore. Uh, where was I going with that? I think I Stranger Things because I'm still.
No,
Um,
you're good.
just that the same person who has a Shockmaster moment could also do some amazing things, just like Stranger Things. Just because they had a Shockmaster moment of a season doesn't mean that they still weren't high level. So that's what I wanted to say. Boy, I blacked out there for a second. Kind of forgot where I was. So, um,
Anger can do that to you, Brian.
uh,
It really
but
can.
but for CM Punk, um, I don't know a lot of CM Punk from his first run with the WWE. I knew him in the very, very beginning of that, and then wasn't around for his heyday with WWE. So when this version of CM Punk is the one that I get to know, I like this version. I've said it before because he's older. Maybe it's because he's older like me now. So I relate to him a little bit more. But has he always worked this way in the ring? Because he really does a good job selling
Yes.
where I go, to me, he's a 40 something year old guy who's trying as hard as he can in there, even though he's getting older. He's trying not to let that stop him from doing this still, but he sells it that everything he does, it's taking a toll on him. It's taking a lot of energy for him to get a knee up just in a defensive way to make a comeback. He really does a good job of selling his
Yes.
story in the ring. And this match was a really good example of that. So I give it high marks. I give Punk high marks for that. I still think Braun Breaker should have won. I thought it was a weird.
Yeah.
I thought it was a weird choice um, to have Punk go over clean, but you gotta earn your stripes, and it wasn't gonna happen overnight for him. And I do like this is Braun Breaker adjacent, and the vision that uh, Paul Heyman made a point a week ago, which kind of got stepped on by the crowd because they were giving him a lot of crap. But he had an interesting thing he said that no one person in the vision is bigger than the vision. So just because Braun Breaker is the one who they were kind of pushing in that title thing right now, next week it could be Austin Theory's turn. In theory, see what I did there? Um, the vision is all on board for that. Everybody is. It's not unlike a hive mind, like Vecna and the Mind Flayer and Stranger Things, that doesn't get properly explained why. Jesus. Okay. Yeah, it's happening all night, folks.
Oh gosh. You're all right, Brian. It's
I'm
hey,
good.
hey. You want to know what? It's all right to be upset when your product isn't turning out the way it should, you
Oh, just
know?
wait till you see Jake tomorrow too. He's in the same exact. He, him and I have had very similar nights the last 2 nights.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I feel bad about it. Do you want something that's going to cheer you up?
Hell
Because
yes,
I'm
I do.
smiling about
Oh,
what the wheel just gave me. And
it better be the words Lash and Legend. Is it?
you think the wheel's rigged. You think the wheel is rigged. If it wasn't up there, hold on, where's it going to be? Oh, see, I always
It's
do.
going to be right. It's going to be right there,
Yeah, it's going to be, no,
right in
no,
between
no.
us.
There, it's going to
There,
be right
right
there.
there. Yeah, right there.
It's going to be right there, guys.
Oh,
You believe the
oh,
wheel's
this is
rigged.
great. I get
Lash,
this in the Mega Bucks tonight, and it's going to be a good night. It's going to make
dude,
up for it.
Lash Legend. I'm not even going to say anything, guys. Brian has thoughts and he has great ideas. I'm just hyped Lash Legends on the main
Yeah.
roster, and they're treating her like a boss and a true beast in the women's division. So I'm hyped always about Lash Legend. She's putting in the work and it's paying off for her. So,
Yep.
Brian, take us away on Lash Legend.
Okay. Will, I remember what you were supposed to remind me about. Okay, everybody, so here's a peek behind the curtain. There'll be so many times at work where Will and I will have a good thought, and we'll be like, no, 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 we got to save it for the podcast. And then we'll be like, okay, remember what it was. And then we'll get to the podcast and go, hey, what was I supposed to say? Remember? And then we always lose it. But today was a good one.
Yeah.
Slash Legend in the gang. Okay. So we talked about Trick Williams a little bit earlier. So Trick Williams comes out, and my wife is loving it. I'm loving it when he comes out because he's so obnoxious and he plays it so well. And it's just like, oh, this is amazing. He called his what the hell his lemon pepper steppers is what he called his boots. He's got a heel. on the back of his boots that he
I
wears. It's
know.
great.
I love it.
Um, so I like to call him Mr. Lash Legend because he and Lash Legend are together. And I was like, look, we've put Candice LeRae with Johnny Gargano. We've put Becky Lynch with Seth Rollins. We have put Zelina Vega with Aleister Black. Put Trick Williams with Lash Legend and Nia Jax, and you have the Bougie
Yes.
Bullies, and you just have those three roll as a group, and that would be entertaining. People write in the comments and tell me that wouldn't be entertaining, that you wouldn't watch the hell out of that. They all of them together, it goes for Nia Jax too. I think it really helps her with Lash Legend there. Um, you put those three together and you start to get a different version of Dom and Liv and the Judgment Day. It's similar where you go, they're heels, but they're awesome. But we have to boo them, but we're really kind of boo cheering them. They have that same energy as Judgment Day and Liv and Dom. I think they are hilarious. I think they're they are all three of them, I think, are very good at what they do. And Trick Williams coming out there with Sammy was really, really good. And it really showed me that Trick Williams belongs up there. And if you put them together, I think you could have a little bit of magic. I think it would be super fun. Oh, I would love that. I would buy the t-shirt.
Mm,
I'd be
that's
all
a good
in.
team.
I'd be all in. I'm wearing my NXT Stand and Deliver shirt tonight for Lash Legend and Trick Williams because I was hoping we get to talk about them. Yeah, it's good
It's
stuff.
funny. Hey, it's funny how the wheel works sometimes.
Yeah.
And now the highs and the lows of the wheel.
Oh, is it gonna be
Hey,
Dave Meltzer or something?
no, 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 no.
Oh, okay.
Jade Cargill.
Okay.
So I I feel like for Jade Cargill, there's only so long I can go with her coming out and beating the out of Michin.
Yep.
I'm I'm sorry. I'm tired of it. I don't mind the promos. I don't mind the very, very short matches. But can we start to get some plot behind the title reign? I
Hmm.
know we're waiting on what? Charlotte Flair? That's who they're probably going to put her up against. Bianca Belair if she wins the Rumble. But could we give her like a title match in between? Like something. I just feel
Well,
like this title
well,
reign's
Will, if we give her a title match, there's a very critical word that's in there. It's the word match. That's
match. Yep.
the bell has to ring at a certain point.
I know, but I feel like I want it to. Like you can't keep hiding. That's the thing. If WWE
Mhm.
wants to do Jade Cargill, let the bell ring, and if it doesn't work, accept it. Just be okay with it.
Yeah.
You have plenty of talent in the women's division. Like unbelievable. The most loaded the women's division has ever been to the point where you are holding people in the tag division.
Yeah.
Your champions right now in the tag division are probably your two most talented wrestlers on the roster in the women's division. In ring wise, I mean
Yeah.
we love Liv Morgan and Bianca
Yep.
Belair and all these
Yep.
people, but like objectively in the ring, Rhea and Io are amazing, and they're holding the tag belts. Why? Because they're scared to put them in the ring with a Jade Cargill because she's so inexperienced and the body of work it just hasn't been great. So, Brian, do you think Jade Cargill will hold the title past WrestleMania?
Oh boy, that's a great question. Here's the problem. Look, it- it's a long pause. I'm sorry. If if you're if you're booking and here's the pieces you have to play with, injuries have happened, and we've had Jade Cargill. We've tried to do one thing with her. We've tried to make her a baby face. we've tried to get her up to par in the ring. We've tried to put her in angles involving, uh, Bianca Belair, Naomi, trying to get her a rub off of other people. That didn't work. So they had to pull the fire alarm and break in case of emergency and go, well, we have to turn her heel and have her go full warrior. And she's not going to be able to talk long. It's going to have to be short and sweet. Her matches are going to have to be squash matches. We understand that that wasn't happening before this heel turn, but don't worry. Corey Graves and Wade Barrett and the rest of the commentary crew are going to try to do their work to get it over that since she's made this heel turn, it's been a change in attitude, and those guys will help us out. This has to work until it doesn't work. And I think you hit the nail on the head. You can only keep hiding her this way for so long. I said it back when she beat Tiffany Stratton. I said you guys had to cripple Tiffany Stratton to try to make this a believable match of Jade Cargill getting to beat her and having it be a beatdown because otherwise it wouldn't be believable. So you had to hobble Tiffany Stratton. Um, when I think about Ultimate Warrior, I think about the good matches that he had. And he had, I will say this, he had a good match against Hogan at
Mhm.
WrestleMania 6. His best match was probably against Randy Savage. And he worked well in his couple of matches with Rick Rude. You need to have somebody with Jade Cargill who can fill that role. And I know those are big shoes to fill, but you have to have that Randy Savage that can get the most out of her in a long form match. You have to get her longer than eight
Yeah.
minutes because she can't do it. You have to, and if she can't, then I'm sorry, Chelsea Green needs to beat her or something. Like we need to, and I'm not even joking. Like we make a joke of Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green is over. Um, she's another one of those heels that people love to hate, but she can work in the ring, and they're never gonna do that. Um, but if it doesn't work with Jade Cargill, if once you can start to see what they're doing, it stops working. I mean, she's very popular. We always say it. She has a great look. She has all the tangibles there, but we've been waiting on this for a while now.
It's time.
And we can say we started this episode talking about Maxxine Dupri and giving her a lot of attaboys and kudos for coming as far as she has. And I go, yes, she has, but they never tried to push her to the top either when she came out. Like Stephanie Vaquer is another one. Is she on the wheel, Will?
She is on the wheel.
Oh, maybe she'll come up too. Maybe I'll hold on to that thought. Let's see
Oh,
if it's there. I'll give you my last thought on Jade Cargill is she is the ultimate warrior. She's the ultimate Cargill, and they're gonna have to figure out something to do with her. Either she's gonna have to come up with it, or they're gonna have to do something to get the belt off of her because yeah, her going out and beat each week just isn't gonna work. And if you're gonna put her and BFAB out there, yeah, people are changing the channel. So you
yeah.
can't do that. You have to do something that's going to work for her. And they are trying. She cannot blame anybody for this because they are trying everything to try to get her over in a situation that actually works, and they're still not there. They're close, but they're still not there.
Okay. How many
Come
more do
on,
you want?
Stephanie Vaquer. Let's do one more.
One more?
Oh, we're gonna do
Okay.
one more, everybody. Hopefully it'll be Stephanie Vaquer and nobody gets to hear out about it.
Okay. Well, it's not. So maybe we can do two.
Oh,
We can go quick on this one,
okay,
right?
okay,
Because
okay.
it's Julia. All right.
Oh,
And
okay. Oh,
I
that's
don't have
funny. Okay,
many thoughts
yeah.
on Julia. My only one is guys, you screwed it up the first time. You put the belt back on her. Let's be smart here. Don't not show her like for 3 weeks after she wins the title
Hmm.
and then give her two backstage promos. Like she has a manager in Kiana James, roll them out to the ring, let Kiana James cut a promo, and build some form of a feud. I think Julia is extremely talented. Maybe not as much Kiana James. I'm not hating.
Well, look, here's the one thing that I'll say about Julia is the new year, the calendar flipped, and WWE on SmackDown and Raw threw down their Uno reverse cards, and we're like, throw them down. If you got them, use them.
Yeah.
Because it just started turning into, oh, put the Usos back together, put the championship belts on them, go back to that, it works. Uh, Julia, we screwed it up before. Put the US title back on her. We're gonna do it right this time. It just felt like everybody was like, Uno reverse. Just go back. Just
Yeah.
take it back to how it was.
Just
Yep.
just please do it right this
Yep.
time, WWE.
Yep.
And
Just how we felt for season 5 of Stranger Things. We just wanted it to be done right. And
and it wasn't. And it
oh,
wasn't. All right, guys, we have one
oh come
last
on, Stephanie
Wheels
Vaquer.
interview, and I want it to be Stephanie
Come on,
Vaquer.
Miss Stephanie Vaquer.
Fingers crossed for you, Brian. It is. Oh, it's Julia again because I forgot to take her off the
Ah,
wheel.
get her. She's
Yeah,
done.
she's out. All right, we're still going.
Do you have two spaces for Kiana James or just one?
Just one. Just one.
Okay.
Oh man, it's not. It's not
Oh.
75 care. But you want to know what? Let's cross off Braun Breaker. We talked enough
We,
about
we we talked about Braun Breaker. Yeah,
we
yeah, yeah.
did.
He got
But
his.
you want to know what? It's the
Yeah,
perfect. This is hey, this is our damn podcast. We'll do what we
yeah. We
want
actually
on
make the
here.
rules.
Yeah, well, we
There's like
broke
no
just,
governing body. Yeah,
just like that. It's done. We're
yeah.
talking about Raquel Rodriguez and Stephanie Vaquer because
That's right.
I know you have a comment about Stephanie Vaquer. Raquel and her are on this. I want to talk about Raquel
Yeah,
because she's doing the best work of her career.
absolutely.
And if this injury is real and they're playing it up to write Vaquer off of TV, put the belt on Rodriguez. It's
Yep.
time. And you can run the same storyline Brian has been preaching for
Oh,
months. He wants
yes.
the Diesel, he wants the Shawn Michaels storyline, replay it with Liv and Raquel,
Yes, I do.
do it at WrestleMania. Now, is that going to happen with all the main event players and the scene being crowded with Tiffany Stratton, Bianca, Charlotte, Io, Rhea, all these people? Is it possible for us to get that match off? Probably not. But I'm going to stay optimistic because I love Raquel Rodriguez and she's doing great work and she deserves a WrestleMania moment. And hopefully it's with the championship versus Liv Morgan. Brian, thoughts on Stephanie Vaquer, Raquel Rodriguez? The whole segment I thought was done beautifully.
Yeah. Raquel Rodriguez, you're right. She's doing great work. I'm so happy to see it. Um, it's an interesting thing. I think we touched on it a while ago when Liv got hurt, that Liv is such a dynamic piece to a lot of things that happen on Raw. She is, as Leroy Butler would say, she's the straw that stirs the drink, if you will, as the dream would say, if you will. And when you take her away, you're taking away a big piece, and it's kind of like taking the training wheels off a bike. You have to kind of figure it out. And I think in a way it helped Raquel get better while Liv was out because she had a chance to step up and take some ownership the same way that Dom did. Dom has grown leaps and bounds since Liv got hurt. It sucks now that he's hurt because deadbeat dad had to injure his boy. Poor kid.
I
Like
know.
imagine being him and it's just been like you can't catch a break your whole life, you know. Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah,
So
terrible.
sorry, Dom. It's like 11. Poor kid can't catch a break her whole life. Um, so Liv is such an important piece that when she was gone, it really did help Raquel, I feel like. And she's doing really good work. She's doing good work in the ring. She's doing she's gotten so much better on the mic. Like it feels like in the last 6 months, she's gotten better and more comfortable. Um, And I agree. Put the belt on her and see where we go because Stephanie Vaquer, I'm calling it. I'm throwing in the towel for now. I'm not done with her, but I feel like we got to take the belt off of her. It's
Yeah,
time. I know that we had to uh, call an audible when Naomi got hurt with the Stephanie Vaquer angle. Um, I understand it that she was red hot and over. So put the belt on her and let's see what happens. Let's give her a chance. Um, and in the ring, it hasn't been, there hasn't been anything that jumps out at me that is making me get excited for her match anymore. Uh,
yeah,
that I think Spiral Tap is a much better finisher for her that I wish that she would use more often. Um, it doesn't help that she's had the Nikki Bella feud, which shows you how much they were spinning their wheels. And again, no offense to Nikki Bella. She actually did really good work in that triple threat match. I want to point that out. I can't remember if we got
yes,
a
she
chance to
did.
talk about that yet.
Yes, she did.
She had a really good match. I was watching it. I was like, well, this is the best match that she's had. Again, it's a triple threat match. So much like Penta and Jade Cargill, you can hide things in that. And that's, but if it works, do what works. Um, so she was actually, I thought she was really good in that. She was effective. Um, but Stephanie Vaquer, I think it's time we take the belt off of her. She had a taste of it. Let her go back and, go through the mid card, float around the top, but let's go back a little bit. We gave her the push. We tested it out. Maybe it's not right yet. Her and Julia are very, very similar that way, where it felt like Stephanie Vaquer was untouchable. She got the belt, and it was like all of that really just cooled off quickly, and it was strange. And I like Stephanie Vaquer. I know she's not your cup of tea, um, I believe you said, but you
No, not
know, sh
really.
and I get it. I just think that it's hard to define it of what it is because she's doing all the same stuff that she always had that got her there, but it's just lacking something on this title run. And maybe that's not her fault. Maybe it's just a consequence again of no Naomi, the feuds that you're booking her in out of necessity
Yes, that's it right
were
there.
a problem. So I don't think it's a bad thing if you take the belt off of her, let her go work a little bit more, and eventually maybe she gets into a title run that works. We know that that's happened to people before who have had multiple title runs. Some of them are better than others, and some of them just
Mhm.
don't work for some reason. And a lot of times it's no fault of their own. It's just
Yeah,
for whatever reason, or it doesn't work. And you come back another time and they figure it out. So it's no it's no big knock against Stephanie Vaquer. I just think it's probably time switch it up, go in a different gear, and at some point in the future she will be champion again, and hopefully it's a more of a program that works for her. It's not unlike Cody, where Cody is at a different level than her, but you get to a point where you're going, this run isn't working so great, so let's figure something else out and then come back around and see if we can get something working. I guess that's I guess that's kind of a good place for us to end on is
yeah. I feel like
between her and Cody. I feel like that's poignant that, they're both at the tops and both very over and very likable baby faces that these runs just aren't working for some reason. So you can't be afraid to switch it up. You can't be afraid to do something kind of crazy and see what happens. I mean, they are trying. I will say that it felt like SmackDown tried to hit the reset button when they came back, and it was a good show. It was actually, I felt, was one of the better SmackDowns they've had in a long time. So
absolutely.
I think they're trying to get back on track. We joked about Aleister Black and Damian Priest that they finally blew that feud off. And I think the joke was, no, they didn't. They're going to come back for another
Yep.
one. Now they're going to have uh, three stages of heck or whatever it is of their own. three stages of ambulance match, or what the hell was that match? You got to put somebody in an ambulance and close the door. Is that what?
Yeah, man. Hmm. Ambulance match.
Who's who's going? He's got to
I,
close the door.
I don't know. What happens if like they walk out of it, you know?
Well, then Jesse Ventura, you just can't walk out of there.
I
Well,
know.
look what did he do? He just walked right out. Can't do that.
It's confusing. Yeah.
Well, that's a coward move. You can't do that. Come on, Wade. He's okay with walking out. Yeah. Remember they got at him for
Oh
that?
my gosh, that was such a good
Oh, it
episode.
was so great though. It was so Jesse Ventura. I thought it was great, but
Yeah, I know.
so yeah. Again,
Yeah.
no hate on Damian Priest. It's gonna be your
No,
year, buddy.
is it, dude, it is. He's destined for 5 more matches with Aleister Black,
Yep.
a match versus Rusev, a few matches versus like Sheamus, maybe. I'm sure he'll go back and feud Finn Balor. It's going to be a great year for Damian
Look,
Priest.
okay, Will, I feel bad now. You tell me if you need this cut or not, if we're being too mean to Drew McIntyre. Sorry, Drew McIntyre, to Damian Priest. Was that choke slam that he did off of the top of that?
Yeah,
Like, okay,
yeah, it wasn't great.
he just pushed him. He pushed him. Like
Yeah,
John Mulaney doing a comedy bit, I'm gonna push him. Like he just
yeah,
kind of pushed him. We grabbed by the neck and just pushed him.
yeah. He wasn't it wasn't vicious or anything. I feel like if it was vicious though, he could have really like really messed up.
I know, but he didn't need to make it look like an accident. Like
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 he
oh hey,
accidentally shoved
like
his little brother or something.
yes, that's what it felt like. And I was like, oh, you can't stand up there with like pulling your straps down like hell yeah. I'm like,
Oh man.
just pushed him a little
Dude.
bit. Like it looked cool.
Oh,
Like, don't get me wrong, it still looked cool. I understand why it had to be that way. I guess I'm just more or less saying, like, they're not really punching each other in the face either, but you have to make it
yeah.
look good. Like,
Yeah, you gotta try. Try a little harder.
I understand. Now, you could go full Taker and Kane, and you could get full elevation and go off the top. Man, back in the Attitude Era, nobody was messing around with these spots. Like they would jack you up. It was like Taker would do the thing where he grab the back of you like puppy scruff and really pull you up, or grab the bottom of your tights and yank
Yeah.
you up. Like
Hmm.
you were going for a ride. So it was just a
Yeah.
little underwhelming that they climb up on the top and he accidentally like bumps into Aleister Black. It's like, oh, I pushed you. It was yeah,
Oh man.
it was silly.
Good stuff, man. You wanna know what?
We love Damian Priest though.
We
We
love Damian Priest. We
we
love
we really
Blue
do.
Brown Family, man.
Yeah.
And it's good to be back doing a podcast.
Yep.
It really is. Brian, what do we got going on the Realm Paranormal podcast?
Everybody go over, click down below, go over to the Realm Paranormal Podcast, check us out. We got some movie reviews still from Scaretober. We got a whole bunch of paranormal topics. If you guys like ghost, spooky things, go over there and check us out. It's a lot of fun. It's good times.
Yeah. And guys, to kind of wrap everything up, the only thing scarier than Vecna and no final episode of Stranger Things is Ricochet.
Oh,
Until next
hey, that
time,
makes me
guys.
feel better, Will. Thanks, buddy. See you guys for this. Sorry, at Stranger Things.
Oh, no, there's no oh gosh, I know the word. Conformity gate.
Yeah, there's not a thing, Will. Put the two of them together.
Yo.
If we were a different kind of podcast, this would be hilarious.
Oh
Nobody needs
man.
to hear it.